All right, let's jump right in, because what we're talking about today isn't just another marketing trend. Nope. This is a complete rewrite of the digital rulebook. For the last 20 years, we've all been playing one game: search engine optimization. Well, that game is changing, and a new one is taking its place. Welcome to the great shift from SEO to GEO.
And honestly, that's not an exaggeration. We are living through a pivot point that's just as big as when search engines first appeared. The way your customers find you, the way they decide what to buy, the very fabric of your brand's visibility online is being rewoven by AI as we speak.
So according to McKinsey, this is how much consumer spending is set to flow through AI channels in just the next 3 years. Let that number sink in for a second: $750 billion. The real question isn't if this is happening. The real question is, where's your piece of that pie going to go? Because you better believe if it's not going to you, it's going straight to your competition.
To really understand how to win here, you first have to get your head around the core change in how search engines even work now. They've evolved. They've gone from one job to another, and this difference is everything.
Think about it like this. For years, Google was basically a librarian. You'd ask a question, and it would point you to a long shelf of books, the blue links, and say, hey, the answer is probably in one of these. Good luck. But now it's a synthesizer. It reads all the books for you, pulls out the important parts, and just hands you a neat, tidy summary, a direct answer. This changes the entire game.
And this isn't some sci-fi future we're talking about. Right now, today, half of all consumers are already using these AI tools. We're talking ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google's own AI overviews. They're using them to find stuff, to make buying decisions. Your customers are already living in this new world. The only question is, are you?
Okay, so now that we get the fundamental shift, let's talk about the first big, scary challenge it creates for businesses. Because when the search engine just gives the answer directly, it creates a whole new and kind of dangerous environment for your brand.
This is what we're up against. We're talking a potential drop of 20 to 50% in traditional search traffic for any brand that's not prepared. I mean, that's a huge chunk of the visibility, the leads, the sales that businesses have built their foundations on for years, just vanishing.
And here's another layer for you. Even when your link does show up on the page, just having that AI answer sitting at the top slashes the average click-through rate by almost 35%. You're not just competing with other links anymore, you're competing with the answer itself.
And this number right here, this just cements the whole thing. 60% of all Google searches are now zero-click. That means the user's journey is over before it even begins. They get what they need from the AI summary or a map or whatever, and they never, ever click through to a single website. So what do we call this whole phenomenon? There's a name for it: marketing funnel compression. All those nice, neat stages we used to track, awareness, consideration, comparison, they're all getting squished into a single moment. And that moment is happening inside the AI's answer, totally off your website. A user can now just ask, what's the best hiking boot under $200 with good ankle support, and get 3 solid options right there. They never had to visit your site or your competitor's site. It's all over in seconds.
And check this out. This shows that AI isn't just answering trivia questions anymore. Just look at the projected growth here for searches with commercial and transactional intent. We're talking about people who are ready to buy something. AI is moving straight into the heart of the customer journey, and it's intercepting the most valuable traffic, the kind that actually makes you money.
Okay, so that's the problem. It's big, it's real, and it's happening right now. But here's the thing about every major shift: it creates a new opportunity. And in response to this challenge, a whole new discipline is being born. It's called Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? The one every single business leader needs to be asking right now. How is this new thing, GEO, any different from the SEO we've spent the last 2 decades perfecting? Well, let's break it down.
This table really lays it all out. With good old SEO, the goal was simple: get your website to rank in that list of blue links. We measured success with traffic, with clicks. The whole point was to get someone to your website. But with GEO, the objective is totally different. It's to be cited in the AI's answer. The metric isn't traffic anymore, it's citation frequency. And the goal? It's for your brand to become the go-to, authoritative source the AI trusts and relies on.
And the why behind all this is super important. First, AIs use something called retrieval models. They understand the meaning and context of your words, not just the keywords you stuffed in there. Second, as we've seen, people get their answers without clicking,
And third, and this is a big one, AI models are machines. They love, and I mean love, content that's super well structured, logical, and packed with facts, because it's just easier for them to understand and trust. Okay, now this is where the story completely flips. We're going to pivot away from the threat and toward a massive, massive opportunity. But it means you have to stop obsessing over traffic volume and start focusing on the actual business value that's being created. This number is everything, 4.4 times. Visitors who come to your site from an AI recommendation convert at 4.4 times the rate of visitors from traditional search. So why is that? Well, it's because they show up pre-sold. They're already highly informed, they know what they want, and their intent to buy is through the roof. The AI has already done all the hard work of convincing them for you.
And that's the whole point right there. We have to stop worrying about losing all that low-quality mass-market traffic. The new game is about winning the much smaller but exponentially more valuable traffic that actually converts. Seriously, a single visitor who was referred by an AI could be worth more than dozens of your old-school clicks.
And if you're going to play this new game, you need a new scoreboard. So forget just tracking traffic and rankings. These are the new KPIs. Citation frequency. How often are you the source of truth? AI share of voice. How much of the conversation in these answers do you own versus your competitors? AI sentiment analysis is huge. Are you being mentioned in a good way or a bad way? And the big one, the LLM referral conversion rate, that's what proves this whole strategy is actually putting money in the bank.
Okay, so how do you actually do all this stuff? Let's wrap things up by laying out a clear, actionable blueprint you can use to start winning in this new age of AI answers.
It really just boils down to these three core pillars. First, you have to build what we call algorithmic authority. You need to become the brand that AI models see as the most trustworthy source in your space. Second, you have to actively engineer your content so that a machine can read and understand it easily. And third, your technical setup, your website's foundation, has to be absolutely perfect. And here are some quick, tactical takeaways for each pillar. For authority, start thinking about brand mentions all over the web as the new backlinks. They are a huge signal of real-world credibility. For content, always lead with the answer first and then pack your pages with verifiable facts. That's how AI learns. And for the technical stuff, using comprehensive schema markup isn't optional anymore. It's like putting little labels on all your content so the AI knows exactly what it's looking at.
And that brings us to the final, and I think most important question you should be asking yourself. After seeing everything we've just covered, the market shift, the funnel compression, the move from just getting traffic to getting real value, is optimizing for this new world just another marketing tactic you can add to the list? Or is it a C-suite, top-level strategic imperative about building a truly defensible moat around your entire business for the new age of AI? That's what you need to decide.